You know what we should do again that we haven't done for ages? We need to do an apartment renovation. Renovating a terrible apartment into something beautiful, cozy, colorful, and amazing. I was thinking we could renovate the cheapest apartment in The Sims 4, which I actually think is this classic 910 Medina Studios. And it's definitely true when it says that this needs TLC, because this apartment is absolutely tragic. But in a fabulous way. I actually love how tragic this apartment is because I love a good renovation project. And yeah, we're gonna make this look absolutely beautiful. But before we get into it, let's thank today's video sponsor. Thanks to Disney Dreamlight Valley for sponsoring today's video. Now is a great time to get into one of my favorite cozy games if you haven't checked it out already, because there is a brand new update and it's also on sale. So check it out by clicking the special link in my description below. The new Pixel Perfect update is out now, where you team up with the Forgotten and investigate some mysterious glitches happening throughout the valley. A mysterious arcade machine will turn up in unexpected places with strange requests. By following clues, you can help bring Ralph from Disney's Wreck-It Ralph back to the valley and help reunite him with Penelope. I'm really excited because friendships have had a major upgrade in this update. Friendship level 10 has now evolved into best friends. Strengthen your bonds with villagers to unlock special perks, bonuses, and new ways to spend time together in your valley. There's also new biome-inspired crafting recipes with whimsical designs based on Peaceful Meadow. Olaf's Grand Exhibition has also expanded with 2 brand new rooms with new collections and rewards to unlock. So like I said, now is a great time to check out Disney Dreamlight Valley whilst it's on sale. Make sure to check out the dates on the screen right now, and you can follow the link in the description down below to find out more, or follow the QR code on the screen. So thanks to Disney Dreamlight Valley for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into it. I actually cannot believe how matching we are today. Like, seriously. The berry tones are getting out of control. Okay, so this apartment, the first thing that we're gonna change up about this is how dark it is. I mean, obviously I just made it a lot darker by deleting all the lights, but I'm thinking we get some beautiful, warm, cozy gold tones in here. I wanna make it really, really cozy. And I do think, I mean, we can do a more traditional renovation and keep the floor plan, you know? So as if this was a real house where you can't just punch down every wall, because in real life there might be what they call supporting beams, where it's like if you knock down the beam, the whole building can fall down. Or we can tackle this as just like a dream reno, where you just do whatever you want. What is happening? Oh, I just forgot how to play for a second. My bad. I'm actually thinking I want to keep these suitcases as a little nods to the past. It's like in our real life kitchen renovation. I kept some of the wallpaper that was in one of the cupboards. It was like 70s old wallpaper, and I put it in a picture frame, and I still love looking at it because I'm like, oh my gosh, look how far it's come. Tells a story, you know? This carpet has gotta go. Let's just pretend we're ripping up all of the carpet and putting down some fresh floorboards, either floating floors or we're revealing what is underneath. And I think we should go for like a dark, warm floorboard in here. I actually quite like this one, honestly. Just that base game one is beautiful, or we could go with this like businesses and hobbies. Actually, maybe this one, because it's got that slight rustic look to it, which I quite appreciate. Now, technically we can move the windows if we want to, but I want it to match the rest of the building, and it looks like where all the windows are right now match it perfectly, so maybe we won't. I really dislike the idea of this being a closed bedroom without a window. I like a little bit of window in a bedroom, but we could leave the bathroom where it is, because I do like this kind of corridor section, or we could punch. Wait, let me think about this. I mean, the only windows we have are on this wall. There is nothing over here. Oh, we could add this kind of a window right here though. Actually, that would match the building if we just pop that in there. Sneaky additional window. Okay, so we can have a window in the bedroom. That's good. Well, maybe we should leave the bedroom where it is. Let's just get a placement bed just to see what kind of size we're working with. I mean, ideally, you'd probably want to look out the window. Probably to maximize that, you would want to put the bed this way. We want to have room for a side table. I mean, I would think either a single sim or a couple sim would live here. maybe they're starting a little family and they're all kind of squeezing into the one apartment, but making it work. We could even do some kind of built-in wardrobe here that's kind of half open maybe. I don't know, I'm just thinking about it because we've got to maximize the use of space for sure. Then we've still got this same bathroom structure right here. This could be some kind of nice storage nook, study nook maybe. And then we've got to somehow fit in kitchen, dining, and lounge room. Whew. Well, let's get our work in progress wallpaper. I love this wallpaper. Okay, let's just pop that in. I also just want to add a few extra lights as well. And I'm gonna go all out with creativity. I am not gonna use a starter budget in this renovation, but I was thinking of doing a budget family home soon. So if you guys have any ideas for like a family home budget style video, or if you're particularly interested in videos with like a budget or using packs or whatever, just let me know. I'd love to hear. I do like the idea of us having this big window being used the most. Like for example, I probably wouldn't put kitchen counters in front of this big window because it's a waste of the view. Like you'd rather have a dining table that can see out of it or have a lounge room that can. And also we have to keep these items. So one thing I probably wouldn't do, I probably wouldn't put a couch, for example, let's just use this one with its back facing that because then you can't see out the window. But we could put a couch this way because you can still see out the window. But then I wouldn't want to put a TV in front of it either. The other option is we could put a lounge room here so you kind of have, or even this way, so you could have like a TV here but still kind of get the idea of daylight coming in, and then a dining here, and then like the kitchen in this back corner maybe. Let's just have a think about this. Let's just see what we can fit in. I don't know if we can, I mean, I do love a round table in a very narrow box shape because it just softens the whole shape, but that's gonna take up like a whole room. So maybe not that one. We could do a little round one. That could be kind of cute. Or we could get a slightly bigger table with some rounded edges to, soften the room a little bit, make it look kind of cool. So I would go with like one of these. Let's try going with a bigger table for now. And we can also like push this up against a wall so you can like sit and look out. And also this is such a long, big blank wall. We need some kind of shelving on here, I think. Maximize this wall space. So let's go to displays. Ooh, we actually have new modular cabinets that just came in this new kit that I haven't used before. Actually, this could be perfect. I have not seen these yet. Oh, this is my new go-to TV cabinet potentially. Oh, this is fun. I haven't actually looked at any of this. The Music Den kit is the proper name. I do like that we have these modular shelves. I think I might prefer them in like a timber though. I mean, we could match a lighter timber to the other darker timbers. But yeah, this is kind of perfect. I was gonna go for our usual book nook kit option, but I like it. But I suppose they're designed to sit on top of these unless you want them floating. But then this could be a really nice TV cabinet, so I'm not sure if I want to use it over on this wall. I always think balance comes in odd numbers a lot of the time. So maybe we'll do like a stack of 3 next to each other. And we could have like a TV like that. Are these shelves too close to this TV unit though? Like maybe I should just adjust it a little bit, but then there's not room for a curtain over this side. Or do we knock out this wall and then just put the TV over here? So, create our own TV cabinet over on this side, and then we could put like a mirror here to make the space look bigger. I think sometimes getting a rug out can really help ground the space and figure out what you're kind of doing. I want a really comfy, cozy looking couch. Like this couch does to me look pretty comfortable, whereas this couch looks really firm, although it is cool. This couch is just really cool. I love this couch. Like that kind of leather look, aged look. Maybe this can look a bit more almost like a blend of some vintage pieces blended with new mid-century and vintage mid-century. The only problem with this couch is it's a 3-seater, so it's pretty big. Brown leather tan couch, that's what I'm looking for. There's this one. This leather would be perfect, but obviously not this couch. Oh, actually There, it's kind of closer to the color I was going for. It's so close, but not quite there. Because it's a warm couch, we might need some cooler colors in here. I still do like the idea of having the lighter wood, but maybe not across the whole cabinet. Okay, we'll just move some clutter items there as well. We'll figure out our clutterizing in a little while. So let's just say that's the general idea for where our lounge room space is. Oh, we should have a nice armchair too. But I think it's also going to depend on what kind of colors we end up choosing for wallpapers and other parts of the apartment. I'm not quite sure yet. Then actually for dining, we could put like this behind the couch and have the chairs around it because it is such a small space. Or I am thinking this zone over here, we're zoning you guys. This zone is going to be for the dining table. Not sure what kind of rug yet, but let's just get this one for now. So potential dining situation over here. Maybe our light timber can be the table. I don't know what chairs yet. Also, maybe we'll put this next to the bed on one side. Love those suitcases. And yeah, you'd want to have like a big mirror here, I think, because it at least gives the illusion that it gives the illusion of another dimension of space. That's beautiful, but that's custom content. And we're doing a custom content free build today. This one, like this is my go-to because it always looks good, that one. Even putting two together is kind of an interesting idea. Or the vintage one, that's actually the same width as two together. I really like this. Could we push it into the wall? Oh, we actually could push it into the wall like that. Just kind of chop off the top. It might work. Actually, you know what? I think it looks a bit weird from the side. I was just trying to make it sit closer to the wall, but you know, this could be cool. That could actually be really cool. I'll just put both of those there. And then in terms of the kitchen, I don't think we can really put our kitchen counters right against this wall because it is going to block both of these. So it could be better over on this wall, but then we've got these pipes here, which are kind of annoying because it's going to block those as well. Or do we kind of put this? No, that's weird. That's not going to work. I'm trying to think, if this was actually my house, how would I want to do this? And now I can see why they put the kitchen over on this wall because it's not going to go into anything. What if we structured it like this? So there's the tiniest gap for the pipes. For maintenance, probably would have to go into build mode and just move that piece for them to get to it, or just live without it. But I do think the pipes actually fit in pretty well with that end piece there. And we can probably fit everything you need in a kitchen here. Like you can get the stove and oven in, and then you just have a sink over here. I'd go a bronze or gold tone because I really want to get metallics into this apartment to warm it up and make it look a bit more funky and fun. So then actually you could have a generous dining table right here. Yeah, that's pretty good, and they can still get around that. Alternatively, we could have the couch facing this way, so it's a fully elongated room. I have the TV over on this wall. The only thing I don't like about this orientation is it just makes it look really long and dull and thin, whereas this breaks it up a bit and makes it look more like balanced. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but yeah, that's how I feel anyway. And just to make this a little bit more generous, we could push this couch into the wall a bit. And we can even reduce the rug. We're now like using this as a coffee table for some reason. And then you'd have like a chair over here. Not sure about our chair selection, but I kind of don't mind this. I wasn't going to pick that chair, but hey, I don't mind that selection at all. Honestly, I think we're just better off having a smaller gap there. I did want to try and get an office nook in, but I feel like we're not going to. Oh no, the door to the bedroom. How are we going to get to the bedroom? Oh no. And for a second, I thought it was all too easy. And you guys have probably been saying, Deli! Oh my gosh. I feel like that means we're going to end up having to put the lounge room down this end so we can't, and put the kitchen back where it was. But I was excited for us to be doing something different to the original layout, but there was a reason why they used that original layout, it seems. Now it all makes sense now. My issue with this is like, then this window's in such an awkward spot because it's like halfway in the lounge, halfway in the kitchen. But hold on, if we did do this layout, not only do we obviously get the joyous addition of access to the bedroom, which I think some would say is kind of a little bit important. I'm so over this door. I need a taller modern door. I need this door without the metal and with a more regular schmegular handle, but this will be fine. I can manage. While we're at it, we'll pop one over here for the bathroom. You know, we can fit both a wardrobe and a desk in the bedroom, so we might not need the desk nook actually in the lounge room. Also, I just want to say, I'm sorry about the lighting right now on my camera. I know this is really blown out. It's because we haven't received our new curtains yet because they take a few weeks to arrive. So that's a sheet and it'll be fixed soon. So just think of me as an angel from heaven with the sun rays upon me. That sounds kind of narky. Anyway, yeah, we can definitely fit that here and then you get that window. That's actually really nice. Then we can put some study shelves up here. I like that. Oh God, we got to deal with this abomination over here. Oh dear. Dear, what is going on? Well, we need to reduce the size of this. We could put like a lamp here or a plant. That should be fine. But then we don't have a whole lot of room for a TV, or we go for a bit of asymmetrical balance, which is not symmetrical, it's asymmetry, which means it still is balanced without having to be symmetrical because we can add in the TV like this, which balances it all. And that, my friends, is asymmetrical balance. Okay, that works. I kind of like the cozy chairs. You could even put one on both sides, which is kind of nice. Okay, it's not too shabby. I like it. You know what? I don't mind it now because you can still you can lie on the couch, look out the window. I think it's working. This could either be a hobby spot. We could look at potential activities and skill building. It would be really helpful if in a future pack we got a smaller dumbbell stack, because this is definitely what a gym would have, or if you have a really good at-home gym, you would have this. But for me, when I was working out at home, I would have like half of this, but we could still have this in here, and that's like a nice little weight station, but it is a bit much maybe. It really depends on what your Sims thing is. I mean, maybe because this is going to be a warm, artsy kind of thing. Actually, is this in the art district? Because maybe we should do like an art corner or a gaming corner if we can fit a desk, but I don't think a desk chair will fit. Oh yeah, it is in the arts corner. Corner, quarter, whatever you want to call it. Okay, yeah, let's turn, because we already have desk zone, let's turn this into hobby zone, all right? And because we're in the arts district, that's the word I was looking for, we are going to go with arts and music. So either we go with a keyboard, there's actually this new keyboard station, which is kind of cute. Don't think anyone wants their neighbor like hammering and doing woodworking table in an apartment building, but it is The Sims and they do whatever they want. Honestly, when I was at uni, I used to do all sorts of art projects in my little student accommodation, shared accommodation. We could do an easel here or replace one of these chairs with this. That could be nice. And yeah, again, you could just put this into even your Sims inventory to access this thing. I do love the coziness of that chair though. Let's go with music because we often do the art style of room or DJ. One time when I went to New York, because I went to PAX East a few times, which was awesome in Boston. And then, of course, because I had flown all the way from Australia to Boston, I was obviously going to want to go to New York City. Also being a fan of Sex and the City too. I think I stayed on, oh God, I can't remember if it was the Upper West, Lower West. I think it was the Upper West side. Stayed at a cool hotel there and there was jazz like every night in the bar downstairs in the lobby. It was so cool. So this could be the house of one of the jazzy musicians. We could actually, for continuity, stack these shelves. I don't know why I said that like Dr. Evil. Continuity. Stack these shelves above here and create another nook element, or even just, maybe I was getting a little bit excited by placing too many of them. Like, is that, oh no, I mean, the ceilings are pretty high, so we totally could do that. Did we want to do that wall divide here so it's really snug? Again, I kind of like that, but we have another option, and that is using a divide. There's all these different That's kind of cool. All these different divide options here, but the one I'm looking for isn't here. Maybe it's called a screen, or maybe I'm just gonna have to look for it manually. Ah, here we go. This, the Muxarabi screen, I like the idea of. Because I think this is kind of a warm style. I was just wondering where it would cut into the shelves. I was hoping it would align itself perfectly. But yeah, we could do something like this. It's gonna snap to the wall. So our other option is actually moving the shelves across. Ooh, which does still work. It's just annoying because it's some fiddly business. I'm also really curious to see how well items sit on these shelves, because I'm really hoping with these newer packs, Maxis is making them have more slots for more clutter items. So now it intersects it so it looks less random. And I know it's a shorter one, but I think the really tall ones would look a bit unrealistic. Or we can use this, which would also be nice. But I think I prefer this option. And then we can go the light wood if we want to. We could even go a bright color if we want to, which I am open to that, but I'm also thinking maybe we just wait and see with the rest of our furnishings as well. And I'm really into this marigold color at the moment. Mango marigold. I saw a handbag in this color and I was like, oh, I want that handbag so badly. But it's winter right now and I feel like that's a summer bag. Maybe in the future. Oh wow, that actually sits really well above a fridge. If we use some splashback items, we could maybe make these shelves look less random in terms of their height, or we could do this kind of effect. I'm getting the feeling that I might be putting too many of these in the kitchen. Also, we could use the orange version of these. I think I want to keep this neutral. This is such a funky apartment. I feel like the Sims living here would be cool enough to have open shelves for their kitchen storage. Me? No, not cool enough. Not patient enough to do that. My stuff just gets too messy. I don't think that's gonna work over the stove though. But we could do this kind of a setup, but it looks weird because now it looks like we need a full thing here. Oh, actually, we can just use the end cupboard. That's what the end cupboards are for. So let's pop that left piece in, although it does annoy me that they don't perfectly line up. But they are slightly less wide than the regular one. And you know what? If we really want to be perfectionists, which unfortunately I do have a perfectionist personality as spoken about in therapy. But why am I giving you guys so much TMI today? I'm sorry, I'll stop. Okay, yeah, we could go like this and put like clutter on these shelves and that could be kind of cute. And you know what? If we put a bin in, it's gonna make it look like it meets the cupboard. So let's just do that. Let's pop the bin in and voila, it makes it look a little bit better. Okay. And actually we could turn these black to kind of look like it matches the top of this counter, or we could keep them brown. I don't know. We'll see how we go. It is looking a little bit tight here though. Like I'm not loving this. I gotta be honest with you guys. What does it look like in first person? Yeah, it looks a little tight. I get it's a small apartment, but I still don't like it. Can we go like that and just have these shelves open on the side? We could, especially if we put them back into their former position. Kind of annoys me that it's not even, but I get why they did that because that looks like a built-in shelf, which is kind of cool. Okay. I do like the idea of squeezing like a little infant into this house as well, because I think that's so cute if they've had a baby and they're like saving up in this little apartment to maybe one day get something bigger and they're working really hard, but they've made it look like a beautiful home. So even though it's small, and it would make life easier if it was bigger, it's still a beautiful home to be in. AKA they've done the best with the space that they have and it's really cozy. And yeah, let's go with that because I think that's really sweet. So let's pop in some kids stuff. Let's say that an infant, because then you can use the crib for a newborn if you want to. So it's a good like starter fam. Although how much is this costing now? 24,000. I don't think it's gonna be that bad because you could delete some of the clutter if you want to cheapen it, or like some of the counters if you want to, or even just take out all the furniture and just like put in a bed. What am I looking for? Infants. Gosh, what am I looking for? This brown is good. I just don't know about these chairs. I don't think the chairs are doing it for me today. It's just not doing it for me today, folks. I want something, I feel like this place needs to be kind of funky. Like this, but this seems like a great accent chair, but not a whole set of dining chairs. The gold is kind of cool. Going back to blue chairs again. Or do we do like mismatched chairs so it looks more bits and bobs? This I got, I think, for free on the Maker website. These chairs! I love these chairs. Love these chairs. Dark table, light table. Maybe we'll go this like mid table. Okay, so it basically designed the entire apartment and we don't have any wallpaper. Could be a problem. I think a shower could go here. Oh, but if we have a baby, you've got to see the baby. We could have a bath here and then a toilet and a sink. I know you don't have to have a bath for an infant or a toddler in The Sims anymore. You can technically like clean them up in the sink a few times, but it is so much more fun seeing that animation and putting them in the bath. It feels more realistic. So I think we should definitely do that. I also like this freestanding sink. I particularly love the gold hardware on it, so maybe we'll go with that. Did I get one of the most expensive toilets without thinking? Yes, I did. Well, 400 actually isn't that bad. Oh, it's really not that bad at all. This one just might look a little too fancy, you know what I mean? But you know what? Let's be too fancy. Let's be that. Imagine having a blue toilet. That would actually be really cool. Maybe we should do that just because we can. And then I just want to get a version of this that has gold on it. So yeah, that works too. I like gold. Okay, now I definitely think this building looks not that old. So I don't think we should make it look super vintage inside, even though it kind of did before. A lot of the buildings in San Myshuno, I feel like the outside doesn't match the inside furnishing and design. I've said this a lot actually. And little things like the windows not lining up, like the one we added here, unless I accidentally deleted it, which is entirely possible. But I do think in this building, we could still get away with an exposed brick wall. I adore exposed brick, or alternatively like a newer looking exposed brick wall, like this kind of a thing, like that light latte color. That looks a bit more built in the 70s. That just looks awesome. I think a dream of mine would, I love this brick wall. A dream of mine would definitely be to flip a real life industrial building or apartment. That would be so cool. Or we could use a cement wall, because this kind of cement looking wall is very popular in newer buildings too. Because again, it's industrial, but it's not like the brick. What if we did blue wall? Okay, too much. I was gonna say, what happens if we did blue bricks? Little bright. I would do it if it was a bit more muted. You know I would. What if we go for like this hallway stone from High School Years? I feel like this looks like a newer build. Maybe what they would have on the interior of some apartments is like a feature wall. That might not be their ideal taste, but you know, it works. Or actually, looking at this door though, like this is what I mean by the inside of the apartment doesn't really look like the outside. When you look at this door, the apartment building looks older, which then makes me feel like, okay, well, maybe we should just do the brick. So let's go for this blonde brick. We'll change it up just a little to what I would usually be really tempted to do. And yeah, I think that will be quite nice. And then what do we want to do for these? We want to make them lighter, darker, colored. The red's kind of cool. Maybe just black. Yeah, okay. Now our other wall colors, I don't want to go just white or gray walls, I don't think, just because we've done a lot of that and I want to change it up. What are some of the newer colors we've had added to the game in more recent packs? We've got, I have to say, I do really love these sky blues. Like that's such a nice color. I mean, maybe we should just go with that, to be honest. First pick of the day, not too bad. The green's nice. I mean, this green is really, really something. But then it's got a very strong texture to it, which I'm not sure if we're looking a little bit too fancy for the building style. Like something more flat might be more kind of realistic. But the blue, it's such a good blue. What about this one with like a stripe on it? Oh, this is a similar blue. It is technically a little bit lighter, but it does look like they've just painted the walls of their apartment as opposed to having like fancy Venetian plaster done. I don't know, maybe I'm getting too serious about it. Like, girl, just chill. It's just The Sims. Love this color. It's kind of the color I'm wearing, to be honest. Kind of obvious that you're into that color, Deli. Teal's good, but teal's a bit dark for the small space. I gotta be honest though, I really liked this original blue, even with the plasterboard, but we actually don't have a blue that is the same shade. Like, we just don't. You know what? Screw it. This couple, they went for the Venetian plaster. What is this called? Oh, it's just pure plaster. We're gonna splurge and get this for our beautiful little apartment. And then we're gonna get some nice curtains. Warm tone over the cool tone can still work. I think a neutral might look better just because it's literally on top of it. Wow, I almost couldn't say literally then. Got tongue twisted. Yeah, maybe we'll go for that. But you know what? I would make this window appear bigger by having this actually set outside of it and slightly overlap it so it looks more convincing that there's enough fabric there to cover the whole thing. This window is so random up here, but we'll keep it. And then I'm gonna do the same in the bedroom because you don't want to like fully cover the only window. You want to make it look like, there could be more window out here. You know what I mean? Although, to be honest, we could just put a blind here. That's probably going to make a bit more sense. You know, I've realized that I really like Roman style blinds. This style, is that also a Venetian blind? I think so. Venetian plaster, Venetian blinds. Roman blinds, more like this, I believe. Actually, the My First Pet blinds, I really like. I know it's controversial when it's My First Pet stuff, but these are like a Venetian style too. Not a Venetian style, a Roman style. Oh my God. Getting way too into this. Oh, but I do like the softness of having the shears. They're just so pretty. But I don't want to cover up the only window. But this is an important storage space. Ah, gosh, dang it. I'll put a Roman blind behind the sheer because it's realistic. Okay, I will not do it. I will not cover the only blind in the room. The only window in the room is what I meant. I could actually go 2 different chairs here just to add a bit more, you know, character into the space. Does this chair actually have an ottoman or footstool that goes with it? No, it doesn't. I just get it confused with the other pack. Oh, although there are a few great items that I would like to use. Number 1, a nice painting could be cool near the front door that introduces our color scheme. Or actually, maybe we should have it closer to here. We'll put something else there. I love this lamp because the paper lamp just, I don't know, they always feel warm and cozy. So maybe in the bedroom, I'll just pop one in there for now. We do have a lot of shelves to fill up over here. Oh, it looks like we do have some nice slot organization on these. Oh, maybe a little awkward, but it's there. Actually, that fits like perfectly underneath. Yeah, no, this is pretty good. I would have put them a little bit closer together, but I suppose it's hard when you don't know what objects people are going to put there, so they probably leave a bit of gray space next to it. Yeah, let's just get like some cool items here. We'll try and have a little bit of color. Probably wouldn't put this on the top shelf. You'd probably put it on like a side shelf. Maybe angle it a bit. Again, get some more color. This pedestal is kind of cool because it does fit into this small gap, but we can probably put something better there. In the bathroom, I would love to continue this blue theme, or yeah, the blue theme's pretty awesome. So we can hold down Alt and give the illusion that this shower bath is actually kind of more built into this bathroom as opposed to being freestanding. I really love this color, but I feel like in the bedroom it might be too much on all the walls. Like I feel like we need to, break it up a bit with maybe this blush color and the brick. We do something like that to create some interest, and then maybe we use that in the bathroom as well with the blue for continuity. Or we can just use our Venetian plaster in the bathroom, but then that's really blue. Or we can use this color. Ooh, what about terracotta? I do like terracotta. I do like terracotta tiles too. That's pretty nice. It's a bit of fun matching the toilet to the featured tiles as well. Terracotta kitchen. Okay, now I'm gonna go terracotta wild. Also, this rug could be cool here. Maybe in a different color though. I mean, the green does pair into the blue. Ooh, Ooh, the blue. Are we going too blue now? We might be getting a bit too blue obsessed. I do always love the red version of this too. Or you can always like do a little sneaky flip. Oh, I've got another sneaky rug under here that I forgot about. Yeah, no, I liked it the other way. Or do we want this rug in the bedroom? Because we can tie that into the wall. Actually, that could be really good. And then in here, because this rug is quite loud that we've already got in this room. I could actually go with the red to pair it into the chair, pair it with the chair. But I guess it's missing that lovely bit of blue. Which one? That one? That, ooh, that one. Oh, far out. I don't know. So many of them look good. This would be the more conservative option. So would this. This is more out there. Honestly, I think they could all work, but I'm actually more drawn to this one. And that teal is kind of amazing under this table. Or do you go more maximalist and just like have something really, you know, fun again in terms of pattern? I mean, I quite like the chaos of having both patterned. Oh, this rug, this is such a beautiful rug as well. I do like this. Oh, now this is a bit of a wild card option. So this one's actually from Island Living, but it's a swatch that you can easily forget about. But this we could combine together to create a nice rug. They do fit together quite well. Oh, I wonder if we can actually place it as a square. Okay, we can. We just have to size it down by 1 and then piece it together, or just put 2 together like that. You know, I think our quadrant was working quite well. So let's create 4 of these and then just piece them together by eye by holding down the Alt key. Yes. Oh, that is so crooked. Wait, this is harder than I thought. Okay, so not only do we need to get in the center of the table, we also need to get in the center horizontally. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh no, what are you doing? You're like way too far over. I like that. You know why I like it? Because it ties the yellow into the couch, the yellow into the keyboard, the red into the rug, the red into the bedroom. Then we've got our terracotta color in the chairs that work with the bathroom. So it's in a way a bit maximalist because we've got all of these different colors going on, but it's like harmony within a bit of chaos. Do we want to make the chairs red? No, we've already got a red chair. I think the brown's good. I think we do need a cool pendant light coming down, but I don't know if we're gonna find one that's long enough because these ceilings are pretty tall. Like this would be kind of cool if it was longer. It's times like these I wish we had the Paralives lighting control where you can just slide it down. The baskets are cool though, I like these. Yeah, I think they lighten up the space a bit. And actually we could get even lower ones, but how are they? Oh no, they're not getting in the way of the TV. I'm gonna actually go a lighter color to match it to the wall, like to our bricks, or we could go a mix. All light or a mix. I think the mix is nice. And then we'll just organize downlights over the table because otherwise I think it'll be a bit much, and put a single downlight kind of in the middle there. We need like a little entrance table or shelf here. The thing is with apartments, you always end up, I feel like, with a lot of shelves because you need the storage. So we need more shelving storage. Although we could put a low-lying shelf here. Like, unfortunately, I don't think there's many apartments built with a lot of storage. And if you live in an apartment with a lot of storage, you're very lucky. Although I guess it completely depends on where you live in the world. If you're in Australia and you have a lot of storage, you're very lucky. We actually definitely need to use the Cozy Kitsch kit because this is actually pretty funky. I really like this. I think this really does suit a lot of the aesthetic we're trying to go for here. And actually, it kind of makes me tempted to change these dining chairs or even have a random one in there. This is kind of fun. Okay, do we want to change all the dining chairs? Let me just keep one to the side because now I'm kind of loving these, but it's really hard for me to not, start doing different colored chairs. I kind of can't help it. Or do we just keep them all dark blue? What about the one at the end? I gotta have one. We either go like that, which yes, that looks lovely. Or we can just have maybe an extra chair that doesn't fit in. Like maybe they just have this random yellow chair that they like. Although it's yellow like the keyboard, so it's a bit on the nose. Or maybe they have a set of 3 chairs and a set of 2 chairs. You know what? I like it. I'm going with the mixed chairs. And if you're living in this small space, you're gonna need to have some headphones in multiple locations, because if someone's watching the TV and someone's playing the keyboard, then you need to have a headset to drown out the other person. I think I'm also realizing that if we're going to have records as decor, we need to have a record player, else that wouldn't make much sense now, would it? So for that reason, because of that reason, I'm going to lift up these shelves a bit. And yeah, I really love these shelves. Now, I think we could either have like a red record player and then maybe make this chair more of a neutral as if it's to go with the couch, or we keep the red chair and then this is a different color, like maybe a more bland color. But I do like that we have, wait, what? Is this a wall record display? Ah, love this. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what cover to do. Or do you just have one stand for the current one that's playing? Yeah, and then you would store the rest on the ground. Like here maybe? Like behind the chair. And we really badly need some kind of coffee table in here. I think something with a little bit of curve in it. This kind of feels exactly like the dining table, so I don't love that. Or even if we just put a couple of round tables here. I always like these ones because they're simple. Oh, otherwise the book nook kit one could work. We don't want those. We could just do that, which is lovely. Which looks better, this or those? I think these actually fit the space better. And you can even make them look like they're nested and like put one under the other, which is really sweet too. But I'll just do those two and then we'll put an ottoman. Not an ottoman, a proof with them. There's balances in odd numbers. Okay, that is super cute. Love it. More chaotic pattern. A couple of wines up on the shelf. I'm bouncing all around this apartment, just adding things everywhere. So I took a little break and had something to eat and then came back and I've made a few changes. Don't freak out though, they're not that big. But I did decide the chairs were, okay, that's not our eyesight. For some reason, it wasn't focusing. Yeah, I decided to simplify the space just a little bit. Okay, fine, we'll go up here. By changing these chairs to blue. Of course, you can change them back though if you want. And let me just put a cheeky plant in here. I'm just gonna size this down using the bracket keys and move it up. Pressing 9. There we go, put it in a nice basket. And then in here, I'm just not happy with the bathroom, you guys. I think I was overly excited by the blue toilet and it just threw off everything because I don't think the bathroom goes with the rest of the house. So I was looking at these more kind of mid-century looking, 70s looking wallpapers. They're technically from SpongeBob, but I actually think they're really good mid-century options. I was thinking I'd like to use these, or at least like have one feature wall. So I don't know, maybe we could go for more of a like softer palette in here maybe. I'm just experimenting and trying to find something that will kind of work for us, because that actually matches the wall pretty well. Because I think actually this bathtub is slightly blue. Oh no, it's pretty white, just the glass looks blue. Or what if we just kept some of the exposed brick wall over on this side of the apartment? I'm putting it on this side because I think it would make more sense there than like on this interior wall. And then we just keep it really simple with some matching walls to the other rooms so it's all consistent. I guess at the start, we went crazy, and then coming back to it, we're just like simplifying it a bit. But you can always take it back to how it was if that's your vibe. And this like just doesn't fit in this area, so I'm just gonna size it down. Actually, would this tile work better? No, let's keep it slightly more muted. Heck, let's just tile the whole room. All right, and then we just need a mirror in here. I love this little round one. I just like the shape of it and the size. It's just perfect. We don't have any sconce lights in the house, but maybe just some small ones could be good. These are technically from the bathroom kit and they have fun like shapes in them. I think they're meant to be more of a night light, but they actually are quite nice small sconce lights for small areas, tight areas. So as long as we put a few around the house, I think they will look balanced. And I really, really like this painting. Just the primary colors in it are so good. And in the kitchen, it makes sense having a coffee themed picture. I guess because the kid's not a toddler yet, we don't need any toddler stuff. Does this size down look like a bath rug? That's kind of cute in the bathroom, the jellyfish. The sea theme is a bit of fun, but the rug doesn't look quite right. I actually, well, I like the sleek bathroom one. That actually ties in really nicely to the wall. But the other option I like to go for in the bathroom is this fluffy one, which I guess you can kind of imagine it looking like a fluffy towel, but it is pretty fluffy. Or do we like the dark blue? Maybe the dark blue, just as a nod to our old dark blue toilet. And yeah, I also changed this back to a flat color because the texture annoyed me again in this particular apartment. In a different build, I love the textured wallpaper. And we've really just got to clutter this space up a bit. I think in a smaller space, it is quite normal to have even more on display because again, you don't have as much storage or as much space to lay it out in. So it can look more like full of life, I guess. I mean, a big space can look full of life too, but you get what I mean. Not necessarily messy or cluttered, just like, I guess really warm. I got out these lights, not because I want to have them all here, because I was just trying to find the perfect one. I mean, I do like that brown one, and I've never used this light before, so it's a bit of fun. But I think we should have something more simple. I quite like this simple light. That's actually a really cool gunmetal gray color. There's this curved one, which has some lovely bronzy colors and a bit of a mid-century vibe. Or there's this one. This one might just fit into our space a bit better because it's more compact. So we could just have that over on this side. And then, is this cluttering our space too much? I do like this poof though, but should we just put it like under the table? And then for our infant, one of these wiggle mats. I mean, that teddy bear one is good, the mustard color. Or this new one was this in a recent game update? I think so. This color seems so 90s. Honestly, I think I like the teddy bear one the most, but it's like, where do you put it? Maybe just to the side here. I guess it would be on a slight angle and you just kind of pop them down. I can revisit these curtains. Maybe we want to go the blue actually in hindsight. Oh my gosh, what's happening in there? Yeah, maybe the blue is actually a bit nicer. This window is so silly, but it's what's in the building, you guys. So I can't change it, but it would make no sense that it's in the building like that. I want a baby bottle accessory just to like put on my shelf. I suppose I could get out of debug, but then the Sims will just put it away anyway. Are there any slippers? No, I want to put like some little slippers under here. Shoe. We could have thrown off some heels. Yes. Okay, I like that. It also looks like it needs a little rug. Yeah, just like having a little moment over here. Okay, we need a mirror. Check yourself in the mirror before heading out to perform a show, a gig, the bar. I actually really like this with the photos on it. That kind of Moroccan shape is cool. Right here should be a picture frame, shouldn't it? That's where a picture frame should be. It's like we need to pop that, but a little one. Honestly, we could put so much artwork in here and it look really nice, but we just don't have the wall space for it. We'll have to make their next apartment. I need one of you guys to make the Sims who live here, and then in another video I can make them with their older child another apartment. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, we should use that. Maybe if I just type in, because I know there's photos and clutter. Here we go, digital. Oh gosh, they're huge. A digital photo frame. Okay, I'm just gonna get one of the clutter items. Oh, I love this picture. Wait, is this a better picture to have on the wall over here? I do like my coffee one, but that's also really fun. Which one? Oh, I like the newer one we picked, or even that. I think it just works better. Oh, or we could just have the cat with the fishbowl. Yeah, that's fun. And this is super random, but they look kind of cute next to it. I'm gonna change that TV to a gold frame. Also, it's crazy how long you can spend on like the smallest apartment builds in The Sims. We are spending like the same amount of time with this as a regular build. I think I'm getting to 2 hours now, you know, not including breaks. I might put another picture frame in here because I just feel like they would have picture frames everywhere, which then makes me want to change the color of this rug. But I don't know, maybe it's weird maybe it's strange having that in there. All right, last piece of the puzzle, this bedroom. So I always just love this bed, and I was thinking the navy or the yellow color would go with the rest of the house. Yeah, like that does tie in really nicely. It looks really good with the red colors and also our suitcases we have saved. We could either do neutrals or have, you know, color coming through. And then I was like, oh, maybe we should do a feature wall. Like for example, if this wall was red, you could have this fun wallpaper, which I feel like this family would have a fun wallpaper. Would you do like a yellow? I definitely like this version of the wallpaper the most, probably because I'm really into berry colors at the moment. Or we can go back to these types of colors, but then that doesn't go with that red we initially picked out that I think is pretty fabulous. Or we just go with the plain wallpaper. And then I think we should get rid of the desk and put the crib here. Sorry, it's over the mouse, but that's okay. Then we can introduce a little bit more blue here. Like, what if we did something like this above the bed that's got some fun colors in it? Or would you have that kind of to the side here where it half goes over the cot? Maybe that's nicer. Okay, I'm thinking that the mirror is not going to fit in the bedroom, so maybe we do like a bit of a full-length mirror situation over here. Oh, I just found these paintings too. I love these. What if these went above the bed on a shelf? Like if I lift this up, because then it's got the blue, which is really nice. We even make it a bit smaller again if we need to. And then we just need to find a shelf that actually looks nice. Like this one could be nice for a picture frame. Ooh, and it can match the bed color, which is awesome. Because I think it would be nice to not make it stand out too much. And if I layer these, do you think they're gonna wig out? I was trying to layer 2 different sizes. Okay, so then it just sits like this. I don't mind that. I think that's actually really quite cute. Put a plant here, because what do we say? Balance is in 3s. Match the side tables together or pair them together by using the same lamps. I love having a stack of books next to the bed. I mean, I guess I always have a stack of something next to the bed, like magazines or books. Not like that though. Not quite like that. Okay, so I've also got this lovely crib nook. And then a wardrobe needs to go here. So we can either do the built-in growing together wardrobes, but I'm so sick of using those. I desperately need new ones. Let's make an open wardrobe using Dream Home Decorator. I really like these hanging pieces combined with some storage on the bottom, but you can build it and make it work in so many different ways. And actually I was thinking you could even use these now and just pop in the hanging clothes. Might have had them up a little bit too high. Add in some shoes, some storage boxes, and voila. I mean, we can even build this in too. We can make your own like mock sliding door, but I actually like the idea of having an archway. Yeah, that actually looks really cozy and nice. And you know, maybe the cupboard doesn't have doors, so they've just put like a cool curtain or something in there. Although then we can't really see the beauty that we've created. Just for the purpose of gameplay and being able to see in, I might just, do some shears here. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot toilet paper. Can you imagine doing that to your Sims? And now this poof looks too ridiculously small to me, so I have to move it. Or I could just pick a slightly smaller style, and that's actually quite good. Okay, now it's time for the grand tour. So let's see what this sad little apartment has transformed into. Okay, so you go through the door, turn off the grid. Okay, bathrooms to the right, that you can look at yourself in the mirror. I wish there was just like a floating camera. Or like a creepy sim with a camera looking back at you. Ooh, like build mode sim. Anyway, so yeah, lots of bits and pieces here, just making it look really lived in. I thought that was nice having these music books just at the front door as well. Then we have our cool music nook here, which looks awesome. I really like that new piece. And we have our lovely kitchen with our high chair as well. I actually love the bricks we ended up picking. I think they look really good because they don't look too old, but we still get a bit of industrial in there. It also lightens up the little apartment. And then looking back the other way, we can see our lounge room down here. Little kids area as well with some toys on the floor. But yeah, I think this is a lovely lounge room, very cozy. And it's nice that they do get that window view seen from the dining room and the lounge room. But yeah, this would be a pretty nice spot to just sit and listen to music, play some computer games, because that is a TV, and chat, chill with friends, and play with their toddler. I love that. And then let's go into the bedroom. Oh, I forgot to show the bathroom. The camera angles are a bit tricky in this apartment when you're in this like alt camera mode. The bathroom's very tame compared to the rest of the apartment. I don't know. I'm not completely happy with it. Like, maybe we should just go back to the blue. I'm making a last minute change. I just feel like it doesn't have that bam energy that the rest of the apartment has. So let's just go back to what we were gonna do originally, I think. Okay, I'm happier now. We've got our blue back. The blue toilet I always loved. And then of course the full bathtub, so you can pop a kid in there as well. Okay, now just wandering back out here. I love this apartment. I'm also curious how much it costs. And then in here we have a lovely main bedroom. Well, single bedroom. Beautiful, romantic, passionate red walls. I love the pictures on the shelf to bring some of the blues and the reds together. We use the original suitcase stack from the original apartment design. And I think this area with the crib looks really pretty with all the pictures up there and the little stool that I ended up using from the lounge room. And also having that open wardrobe creates a bit more depth and character too, and just makes it look a bit more lived in. So yeah, let me know what you think of this renovation and if you would like to see any more, and if so, what kind of style you'd like to see. It feels good to be back. So let me know all of your video requests. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to my amazing members for your ongoing support and also patience with the members videos whilst we've just been moving back home. But most of all, thank you everyone for watching, and also thanks so much for Disney Dreamlight Valley for sponsoring today's video as well. Definitely check it out. It's a really cute cozy game if you're wanting to check out more cozy games other than The Sims, and I personally really like playing it on my Steam Deck, and you can also play it on Switch. So if you prefer handheld games, that's also a good one. Details below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to speak to you all soon. Tag tag!